Alright guys, so finally, our boy Krillin has gotten a decent card in Dokkan. It's been quite a while. Well, okay. I mean, he still doesn't have like a summonable TUR or anything. This Krillin, of course, is a Battlefield card. Battlefield will be coming out tomorrow. Well, I don't know when I'm putting this up, but soon. Battlefield's coming out soon. By the time this video is up, Krillin, and there's also an Android 18, will probably be released. Now, Krillin is very good. One thing I don't like is they really went to town on Krillin's stats. Like, he has some of the worst stats for a TUR you could pretty much imagine having. Like, it's really, really bad. Now, obviously, him and 18 are both free-to-play units. Their stats aren't great, but I think that will hold him back a little bit, but he should still be reasonably powerful. He does stack defense. He does stun. Like, he does a lot. Like, I think the first character I can remember that did multiple things on their super attack was Dokkan Fest Piccolo. Now Krillin also has that. I feel like there's got to be other characters I just can't remember, but they're the big ones, right? Okay, so we want to get a super attack for our boy Krillin for sure, to sort of see what he's capable of doing, right? Now, here's the issue with Krillin. Well, one more. I mean, really, just this issue is with, in general now, like Dokkan. They are limiting these units so much now. Like, the Android and Cell Saga team is a mess because half of the characters have crazy restrictions and are only good against certain enemies or in certain places. You know, look at INT Super Vegeta, who does guaranteed crits against Android enemies. 660,000. That's not great, but that's him with no links. There's no support. His defense is going to be pretty good. Okay, so that last blast he does right there, that's when he destroys Dr. Gero's laboratory, huh? That's what that is? Okay. Okay, and then they combined it with his... Okay, our boy Krillin just doing a lot of additional attacks. So here's the thing. Is he going to keep going? Okay. Okay, that's pretty good by Krillin. So Krillin does an additional super when there's... Is this going to do double digits already? Yeah, wow. All right. Okay. That's pretty good. So Krillin stacks defense. And if there's an Android category enemy, he also does a guaranteed additional super attack. So we just saw a very good rotation by our boy Krillin there. That was not bad at all. So, of course, here we have LR Gohan. I'll probably just rock him with, like, Super Vegeta. Super Vegeta is very, very good. He definitely will have a decent role on the Android/Cell Saga team. But, you know, you look at all these units, you know, here's Gohan, who has crazy restrictions for him to bring out full power. Cell has a crazy restriction. Android 16 has an insane restriction. Krillin has an insane restriction. So Krillin, well, his isn't really insane, but you have to use him on the Android Cell Saga team. I mean, that's right now his only category, but you pretty much still have to use him there. So Krillin gets 80% attack and defense at the start of turn, which is good. Like, period already, that's good. That's good. Then he gets an additional 70% attack and defense per Android/Cell Saga category ally on the team. So he's going to be able to get up to a reasonable number. Here we have the Time Chamber, you know, Armor Goku here, who will be pretty good with Krillin. So Krillin is up to 160,000 defense already. So here you guys can see why Krillin is actually going to be quite good. Now, I actually am pretty annoyed that this is the way they chose to give us Krillin. Here's why. Krillin we get from Dokkan Battlefield, so we can only use those very precious Battlefield gems, except they've released 500 good units in there. I mean, we're talking, you know, LR Metal Cooler, you have LR Oob, who's good, LR Mecha Frieza and King Cold, now Krillin, Android 18, Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku, Majin Vegeta. There's so many good units in there. It's like, dude, it's gonna be like a full year before I Rainbow Krillin, and Krillin is like really good. Like, I was actually, like, everyone else was like, yes, Krillin is free to play, and I was like, well, I mean, I kind of wish he was summonable to myself. Alright, he's up to 840,000. Considering he's free to play, and like the way his defense is working, I actually, like, again, when I said Krillin is very good, like, we can see it right here. He is very good. That defense is going to be something else. And then he is capable of stunning, of course. Like, he stacks defense, he stuns. You know, if he's the first attacker in a turn, he gets +4 ki. +2 ki as a second attacker in a turn. He just does an awful lot. Like, this is exactly like, look at the way this Krillin is set up, right? This is what we've been asking for with characters like this. Piccolo, Krillin, Yamcha, Tien, Goten. You know, a lot of these characters looks like Dokkan is going to start doing this stuff. So I'm definitely very excited to see what is going to happen with the Buu Saga characters who are going to be coming up, I think, pretty soon, right? I do think we're probably on JP at least going to go directly from the 300 million download celebration probably into the Buu Saga. Like, we potentially could see, I don't know, like a, I don't know, because I imagine they'd start at the beginning of the Buu Saga, right? And then work their, whoa, Gohan, okay, pretty good. And I imagine they'd work their way up, so maybe we would see something like a, could we get a Dokkan Fest Deborah? I feel like Deborah potentially could be a Dokkan Fest character. I guess I would actually like it because, you know, villains obviously need buffs, right? Like, there's just 500 more hero cards than there are villains. Where's Cell super attacking? Perfect, because that's what we want to see, is how Krillin is going to handle a super attack from Cell. Oh, it's going to do double digits to him. He's at 220,000 defense. Okay. Yeah, so Krillin is exactly the type of unit I like. Now, Piccolo, by the way. So, Piccolo on this team, again, talking about the stupid, insane restrictions of the Cell and Android Saga team. On this team, Piccolo cannot transform because you need a second Namekian character, and there is none for the Android Saga team. They could eventually give us a Kami card, some sort of honestly, if they made Kami a Cell Saga 40% support, like, maybe it wouldn't make the most sense because he has such limited screen time in the Cell Saga, but think of how, like, that increases the power of this team 100-fold, because then that gives us, like, this team so badly needs a support type unit. Like, they have, like, these limited ones, like Goku, who only gives buffs to a couple types, and then, like, Tech Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, who only gives buffs to a couple types. And then there's, like, you know, the Goku family, Armor, Goku, and Gohan. We need, like, a real support unit who covers everyone. And then if it was Kami, that would then allow Piccolo to transform. And Piccolo, like Piccolo's transformed version of his TUR is, like, damn near the best TUR in the game. Like, I don't ever, like, say Piccolo is really in that discussion because his transformation is so limited. But, like, you know, Transform Piccolo is on par with Blue Gogeta. Like, he's ridiculous. Like, he does everything. He's so damn good. But, like, you know, this Piccolo we got here, he's good. Like the Piccolo right there. Okay, so 900,000 by Krillin, by the way. Very good considering his defense, the stunning, all that stuff. But, yeah, that Piccolo is good. 100% attack and defense, and he shows us where super attacks are, but that's it. All right, so Krillin, I gotta imagine this is double digits. There's no way. This is just double digits, period. Yeah. That's how the Cell Saga should have gone. Cell should have came back, been like, all right, time to pick one of these mofos off. Boom! Full power Death Beam. And then, like, Krillin, it hits Krillin and, like, he, like, deflects it or, like, it does nothing to him. That would be pretty funny. Gohan has actually been putting in work in this. I mean, he links up pretty good with Super Vegeta, it seems like. So I'll let Super Vegeta go ahead and get an attack in. Again, this is going to be good for him. And, oh, Super Vegeta is actually going to be super good in that Dokkan Battlefield that's coming up as well. Because every enemy in there is, I think, presumably going to be an android. So we're probably going to see our boy Super Vegeta really be able to put business in. Oof. Yeah, guaranteed crits are just OP. That's how it is. So, all right. We're finishing Cell off. Because of the fact that Krillin is a Battlefield unit, I probably won't Rainbow him on my main account for quite a while, because I would like to Rainbow Oob first. Oob has the priority. Oob is very good. So I do want to Rainbow Oob first as an LR. But, like, Android 18 and Krillin are both really good. It's just so annoying, because they give you so little of those gems. It's so freaking annoying. So, alright. Let's go ahead and move into a breakdown now for what Krillin does, because, again, I might not Rainbow him for a long time. Alright, so this is Technique and Inspiration Krillin. His leader skill is Android/Cell Saga category key 3, and 120% the stats. So that's not bad. So already they've given us a number of free-to-play units that have good leader skills for the Android and Cell Saga team. We got Krillin. 16 is, of course, a summonable unit. Then we also have the free-to-play Global vs. JP, Cell, and Mr. Satan. Now, obviously, I don't think their leader skill is up to snuff, but both Krillin and Android 16 have 120%, which is not that bad, right? It's definitely not that bad. Krillin's super attack is the Solar Flare, which stacks defense, does supreme damage, and has a high chance of stunning, so that's good. In the future, when there's an Android/Cell Saga Super Battle Road stage, this Krillin is going to be a top-tier option for that team for sure. His passive skill in one's capabilities, so he gets 80% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then he gets an additional 7% attack and defense per Android or Android/Cell Saga category ally on the team. So he is pretty much only going to be good on this Android/Cell Saga team. Well, that's not even the case, because even if, let's say we use this, like, there's a Z Fighters category, right? And we use this Krillin on there, and maybe we use Krillin and then, like, I don't know, Dokkan Fest Piccolo. So there's 2 Android/Cell Saga characters on there. Krillin's not meant to do damage. He's just, like, stacking he's a defensive unit. So, I don't know. Krillin, like, that might actually not hold him back now that I'm really thinking about it. Because, like, the way, like, defensive stacking works, like, yeah, he won't be able to stack it as fast because, you know, he gets, what, 7 times 7 for defense from Android/Cell Saga category allies. So, I don't know. I like this Krillin a lot. They did a good job. Like, they made a free-to-play unit that's, like, very good, because he's fulfilling a certain role, and that role is defense, right? And he's very, very good at it. Then he also gets 4 ki as the first attacker in a turn, which, I mean, quite honestly, with how amazing this Krillin is defensively, like, in, like, difficult modes and stuff like that, you would have Krillin in the first slot. So that's something that you're going to get a lot. And then he gets 2 ki as the second attacker in a turn. Again, likewise, you know, if maybe you have Piccolo on the team, you can see where the super attack is, put Krillin there, he still gets extra ki. That is helpful. And then he launches a guaranteed additional super attack when there is an Android category enemy. So not bad. Not bad from Krillin. His links are Experienced Fighters, Z Fighters, Turtle School, Infighter, Shocking Speed, Rival Duo, and Shattering Limit. Now, I actually kind of like what they did with his links here. They gave him, like, pretty much all the possible attack links they could. But that's going to be very useful in the future. Again, for a potential Z Fighter category, like Experienced Fighter, Z Fighter, Infighter, and Rival Duo, those are, like, links that, like, a lot of random Z Fighters are going to have, and Krillin is going to work very effectively on that team, I think. Then his 12 ki multiplier is 145%, which is very, very good for a free-to-play unit like him. And then he's on the 1 category team, which is the Android/Cell Saga. So, you know, we'll see. I gotta imagine eventually they will give us, like, a Z Fighter category, and then this Krillin could potentially be very, very good on there. So, there we go. We finally did get a really, really good Krillin. He's just kind of restricted to this 1 team right now, but it does seem like that's what Dokkan is doing in the future. They're going to be releasing these absolutely busted units that are, like, okay on a bunch of teams and then godly on 1 team. That's pretty much looks like the way Dokkan is headed. That's going to be their way to balance, like, 500 categories and 500 team leaders and everything, is to just make it so that, like, you can't take, you know, LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, put him on 8 different teams, and he's the best unit in the game and on every one of those teams. Obviously, I guess they don't like that, but they still make Kale and Khalifa who do that, so I don't know what they're thinking. But there we go. Krillin is good. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.